Hey guys, this is God of Politics. I'm going to a brand new video, but before we get started with this video, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Also follow me on Twitter and join the Discord. Those are both linked down in the description. But in today's video, I am going to be talking about the recent revelations in the New York City mayoral race. Now, I was going to upload a video about this yesterday, but we obviously had a lot of stuff going on, a lot of mistakes going on, and so I decided not to upload a video. I'm sure many of you have heard about what happened, but if you haven't, I will briefly explain it. So they were releasing the ranked choice voting results, the preliminary ranked choice voting results, not including the absentee ballots that were mailed in. But what happened was there were 135,000 test ballots that were done on whatever test of the ranked choice voting they did, and they were not cleared from the computer system. And so what happened was they were included in the actual count and produced some very, very weird numbers. And so basically later in that night, the Board of Elections basically said, yeah, we messed up, we're going to redo it tomorrow, and then release the ballots, and they've just released those ballots. So I'm going to be talking about what just happened. Now, this is just complete incompetence by the Board of Elections, and whoever runs the Board of the Elections should be fired. And because this is just a joke of a system, I mean, you go back to November, and I should actually say December, because that's when the race was decided in New York City. The actual final total results, and I don't even think they finalized them until like March of 2021. So it was just a complete joke in November and December and January and February and March, the way that system was run. Of course, you had New York's 22nd Congressional District. That was also a joke. You had many problems with the ballots, and that took a long time to resolve, and now you've got problems here. And people are going to give ranked choice voting a bad rep because of this. They're going to say, oh, this is what happens when you have ranked choice voting. Well, there are a number of things I would say. First of all, ranked choice voting is a much quicker system than the system that they had before, which was a runoff. Now, when you have a runoff, you have to hold a whole another election, months later, and that takes a long time, whereas in the ranked choice voting, it's an automatic runoff system. That's one of the other nicknames for it, instant runoff. And so that is one benefit of it. And the other reason is because, this is just an incompetent Board of Elections. Many cities and a couple states have done this very, very well. Maine's done this. Alaska's going to do this. Many cities have done this. And New York just was not up to task on that. And it was clear based on these results. Now, I said before the election, we're not going to get results for a while, but I didn't think it would be this incompetent. I didn't think it would be this bad. But, it was just absolutely awful. Now, as you can see here, we do have the results here, the ranked choice voting results, showing Eric Adams with a 2.2% lead, which is around 15,000 votes here. And that is very, very narrow, because as you can see here, in the first round, he was winning by just under 10 percentage points, and that is narrowed to 2.2 percentage points. And he was leading by even more against Catherine Garcia, who is the candidate who actually ended up making the final round. Now, as you can see here, it is only 84% reported, and as I noted before, we don't have 120,000 absentee ballots. Maybe I think it was like between 120 and 140,000. It's a lot of absentee ballots, and those are speculated to be from a lot of Catherine Garcia heavy areas, which is why a lot of people are speculating that Catherine Garcia is going to end up winning this race. But to show these results round by round, to show just how remarkable this is, we can just knock these people off at the bottom. Round 2, round 3, round 4, round 5, starting to get into these later rounds here. And you can see what ended up happening because, you had a lot of these candidates that really didn't do that well, and they, of course, got knocked out. But as we get to round 5 here, we're getting to some of these other candidates. Sean Donovan gets eliminated. Ray McGuire gets eliminated. Some of these other candidates get eliminated here. So then you've got Andrew Yang, Catherine Garcia, Maya Wiley, and Eric Adams. And what Yang's votes do is they make it a lot closer, and they actually push Catherine Garcia over the top here, because take a look at this. She's down 3 points to Wiley. She is down 3 points to Wiley, and when Yang's votes are eliminated, she goes up by 0.1 percentage points, just by like 300 votes. I think it's about 347 votes to be exact. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but she was ahead by 0.1 percentage points, and they're still down quite significantly to Eric Adams. But what happened as a result of this is that due to the fact that Maya Wiley was the one being eliminated rather than Catherine Garcia, Maya Wiley is known to be a progressive. Many of the Maya Wiley voters did not put Eric Adams in second place, and so she's got 30% here approximately, and she is down, Garcia, she is down over 10 percentage points, 11 percentage points here. But what happens in the final round is that Maya Wiley helps Catherine Garcia out a lot, bringing it to a 2.2 percentage points race in the final round. Now again, these are preliminary results. We've got over 120,000 ballots, absentee ballots here, that are going to make a big difference in this race, and I'll show you why. Here are the areas that in 2020, in the June 2020 Democratic primary, these are the areas that voted absentee. You can see these very dark areas are areas where Catherine Garcia did very, very well. These are areas like Upper Manhattan, Lower Manhattan, whiter areas up in the Bronx, whiter areas in Staten Island, more affluent areas in areas like Park Slope, Cobble Hill, Dumbo, Astoria, which are actually Maya Wiley did quite well here, but Catherine Garcia as well. And you can see here areas with the lowest level of absentee ballots are areas where Eric Adams did well. These areas in Brooklyn, Flatbush, Bed-Stuy, those kinds of areas, as well as areas in the Bronx. And so, as I showed you before, Eric Adams is only up 2.2 percentage points here, and you have a lot of these absentee ballots in 2020 that are in areas where Catherine Garcia was doing very well. Now, we don't know that these absentee ballots are going to be in the same places, but what we do know is that these things don't generally change too much. What we've seen is that more affluent areas have generally voted absentee more. That's what we saw in 2020 in the primary and the general election. It's probably what we're going to see in this primary as well. And it overlaps very well with the areas where Catherine Garcia is doing very well. And so we've got 100-something thousand of these ballots. You know, you've seen how much Catherine Garcia was helped by the ranked choice voting, especially with candidates like Wiley and Yang. That's probably going to end up pushing her over the top. And now, I was actually quite confused when I saw these results at first, because the results that originally were released last night showed the same result, Eric Adams winning by 2.2 percentage points. So I guess that all of this fuss and, you know, complaining about these extra ballots, these test ballots, didn't really make much of a difference, because Eric Adams is still winning by the same amount here. So I'm kind of confused on that. I don't really know how to explain it. Very weird election, very terribly run election, but we do finally have some results here. Preliminary results, we've still got 16% reporting, but these are the results that we're seeing now. Very, very interesting to say the least. If I have to give my prediction right now, I would say that Catherine Garcia is going to win this race. I think that the absentee ballots are going to favor her quite strongly, given how much of a gain she made in the ranked choice voting after originally being down 12 percentage points. I think that she's going to make a comeback. She's only down 2.2 percentage points now, and I think that she's going to end up winning probably by a couple of percentage points, to be honest. I think Eric Adams is not going to be very happy about that. He complained about some election irregularities yesterday, as he alleged. So he's clearly going down a path that many actually equated to Trump, so it's quite interesting to see that. But overall, this is still a close race. We're still going to have some absentee ballots reporting. I think they said in the next coming weeks, which is quite annoying. But when we do get final results, I will make a video about this, because it has been quite an interesting race. And overall, it's been very, very interesting. So thank you all for watching this video. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Also follow me on Twitter and join the Discord. Those are both linked down in the description. But again, guys, thank you all for watching this video, and I will see you guys later.